you put your hands up to me. I'm not interested.
I'll do what I want, you think?
It's Friday the 23rd of January. My mum and dad are arguing downstairs again. Today I got a detention later on after school. My mum and dad argue every night. It's really annoying and sometimes they do get a bit violent. And then I'll just come upstairs to my room and go on my video diary. I'm usually scared to come home because it is really scary. Because they argue and they're violent and they smash anything. I don't want to leave my mum. I want to live with my mum and dad, but it would be better if I stayed a few days away from here, away from home.
You're just ridiculous.
Just shut your mouth. I'm not listening to you.
No, don't you
Shut
dare.
your
No,
mouth.
don't tell me to shut my mouth.
Shut your mouth.
No,
Right, good morning, folks. Can we all sit down, please? Thank you. Has no one been sensible enough to come and look at the desk and see what work we have to do? No, silly question. Right.
Mr. Miller, he's my form tutor. He's really nice, but I'd never tell him anything about what goes on at home.
Of these books.
I'm really embarrassed, because I'm the only one who's wearing school uniform, and it's Mufti Day today.
You can read my writing and the
Mufti Day, yes. It's where the students get to, if they bring in £1, they can wear non-school uniform for one day only. And can cause a few problems. People start thinking it's a Saturday and they forget that it's a normal school day. Nevertheless, it's a bit of fun and we get to make a bit of money for charity as well.
What do we call the number that goes on the top of the fraction? The answer's there, folks. We just need to look in our books.
I think the best way for me to survive is to keep my head down and not get noticed.
Do we know?
There's a young man in Year 9 and I think he's having rather a tough time with various things to do, you know, surrounding his relationships with other students and maybe one or two things at home as well. So that just needs a bit of following up. I think students are very quick to know about their friends' backgrounds and about the backgrounds of other people they're perhaps not friends with as well. Maybe use that as a way to fire ammunition at them in some sort of way.
Mrs. Massey is so strict. She terrifies me.
Sebastian? What?
Don't you say my name.
Your name is Sebastian and I will say it. It's not funny. No one's here.
This is Seb. He doesn't care who's in charge. He just bullies whoever he wants.
And just because you're in your own clothes doesn't mean you can act like you're not in school.
Oh, that boy's walking out.
Luke, Jarvis, where do you think you're going?
Once again, I'm being bullied. It's happening at school. I thought I was safe here, just like at home.
Where do you think you're off to?
I'm on my way back to lesson.
No, you're not. You're a tramp and I hate you.
Do you remember when you got me into trouble the other day?
Yeah, I do, because he's throwing paper balls at me and it's not fair.
Why, you got red eyes?
Because I don't sleep at night.
You sure about that? Can't you afford a bed?
I can afford a bed.
No, you can't. You can't afford an uniform. You can't afford a washing machine. You got busted
why,
all over you.
Why are you laughing at me?
Because you're a tramp.
You're a loser. Or a loser.
Loser.
Can I have a quick word?
Yeah, I've got to go to my next class, but... Yeah.
Right, it's now a good time. OK, it won't take me very long. Look, it's all about Luke Jarvis.
Yeah?
I don't know whether you've seen or spoken to Luke recently, but I know that, well, number one, he's having a real problem with Sebastian Daniels. I know for a fact that Whatever's happening, I haven't seen anything really dangerous happen. I know he's not very happy and I know there's something serious going on.
We did have a situation in detention on Friday between the two of them, and it was obvious there was some tension there. Is this an ongoing situation?
I imagine it is. He won't speak to me. He's really, really quiet in class. I can never get a word out of him.
Have you phoned home at all? Have you spoken to parents? Or?
Unfortunately, when it came to parents' evening, well, the parents didn't turn up. I managed to see everybody else's parents, and when I try and make alternative arrangements with him, he doesn't want to know.
Oh, it's, I think, to be honest, Mr. Miller, I think we need to take this to someone else. Those certainly are quite important concerns.
Right, good.
So,
Okay.
I mean, I've got to go now, but if I see you in break time in 45 minutes and we'll go into the head...
Sometimes it's quite hard to know when a student is having a bad time or if they need any assistance with personal issues that they might have. So I think it's about listening very carefully and having your eyes open and not just being resigned to being a teacher.
Mr. Miller asked me to see him. I'm going to get told off because I walked out of detention. I'm in even more trouble now. I was only in detention because I haven't been doing my homework.
How are you finding school life generally?
I like school because it takes me away from what I usually am at. But the problem is now, lately, I've been getting bullied, so I'm starting to go off school.
When you say it gets you away, what do you mean?
Well, it takes me away from what? I don't like being at home, really. I just like being at school.
Do you think life might be a little bit easier for you if I could talk to people at home?
I don't know, really, because you'd have to speak to my mum, but I don't really want to talk about being at home right now.
It's unusual for a pupil.
What are they getting at? Why are they asking me about home? It's nothing to do with them.
We're not contacting them because you've done anything wrong. There has to be a relationship between the school and the parents. So we do need to contact your parents today.
Miss, you're not seeing my parents. Don't keep saying it. You're not going to see them. I'm not going to let it.
I think we need to know why, Luke.
What would be the problem with people at home coming to talk to Mrs. Massey or myself?
There isn't any problems. I just don't want you to see it.
How do you feel about going home now, Luke, at the end of the school day?
No, I don't want to go. I want to stay at school. But without all the bullying happening.
OK, well, you don't need to worry about Sebastian. That's going to be dealt with. In fact, is being dealt with as we speak. Now, you're saying, Luke, that you don't want to go home.
No, I don't.
Which is actually a really serious thing to say. I think we need to contact somebody else at this point, Luke.
Yeah.
At this point, what we'd normally do now, if a student really doesn't want to go home, we have to take steps towards contacting social services.
If I tell social services, what's going to happen to my mum and dad? And what's going to happen to me?
No one's going to be shouting at anyone or upsetting anyone. You haven't done anything wrong at all. But we do need to contact someone and we need to bring in some support for you and for us and your family as well. No one's laying blame here. We just need to work out why you feel like you do and make the situation better. Do you understand that, Luke?
I understand.
Everything is about your best interest. So every decision that's going to be made is about you having the kind of school life and home life that you deserve. OK?
Let's not jump to any conclusions about what's going to happen. Let's take this each step at a time. OK?
OK, thanks, Luke.
It's been 2 months since we had that meeting. I've been in a short-term foster placement whilst my mum and dad sort out their problems. I hope to go back to living at home once they're ready to look after me properly. It's much better at my new placement. They've got a new family pet called Blackjack. I've got friends, no bullying. My uniform isn't dirty, it's nice and clean. And for Sebastian, if he does ever watch a tape, I have actually got a washing machine. And I'm really enjoying it here.
In 2007, approximately 100,000 children were reported to be missing from home. A large proportion of these children have left home due to domestic disputes. Looked after children are 5 times more likely to be one of these young people. Naomi Harper is just 14 years old. She's been in and out of short-term foster placements for 4 years. She's decided to run away from her current placement.
Who are you living with at the moment?
Kerry and John are my foster parents, and Claire and Mark are my foster brothers and sister.
Who are you waiting for?
My friend Shani.
Do you think she'd be happy that you're leaving home?
No, but it's up to me at the end of the day, is it?
So you?
I'm alright. How's things?
Alright. Can I stay over your house tonight? I've had this really big argument with my foster mum.
Alright, sure.
She feels sorry for me, but I don't want everyone to feel sorry for me. I'm not exactly going to be like leaving the country, am I?
Come on, Claire, give us a hand. Pick up these books, you know? There's more than one person in this house.
I'm trying to do my assignment, please.
Hello? It is, yeah? Oh, gosh, that's strange, because she left the house this morning in her uniform ready for school. And she hasn't been there at all day. OK, thanks. Bye. Oh, just what I need today, this is. You haven't seen Naomi, have you?
No.
I think we're going to have one of those evenings.
Won't be the first time though, would it?
No.
Do you have any idea where she might be?
Not the foggiest.
She'd probably be at one of her friends' houses or something stupid like that.
Well, where would you go if you were just ran off?
I wouldn't like to think of her on the streets though, because it's freezing cold out there. It snowed. It's not nice.
Oh, hello, Sarah.
Hello, Kerry. Is everything okay?
Sorry, I'm going to be the bearer of bad tidings. Naomi didn't turn up for school today.
Has she been upset?
No. She went out quite happily this morning. There wasn't any any problems.
I'm known as a corporate parent within the Dudley Children's Services. I've been Naomi's social worker for about 4 years. She finds it very difficult to talk to people, I think, when she first meets them. And if she's embarrassed about something or has got a problem, instead of talking to somebody, she does sort of sometimes just run off or locks herself away and won't speak to people about what's bothering her. So I'm not surprised that she has perhaps gone away, but it's just a bit of a shame because obviously it's her first long-term placement.
OK, then I'll give the police a ring. Report her as a missing person. OK, thanks. Bye.
Do you think it's difficult being a foster brother and sister to someone like Naomi?
Depends who he is, because each one's different. So, like, you get some who are, like, really cheery and cheerful, and then you get some who are really, like, down.
Oh, hello there.
How you doing? I'm PC Hunter. You've called to report missing person?
Yeah, come in.
Thank you.
Do you do a lot of this in your job?
Thanks. Yeah, missing persons we quite often, especially young teenagers that have arguments with their parents and run away, or have arguments with their boyfriends or girlfriends. They'll run away and won't see them for a few days. Normally they turn up by the evening when they start getting hungry or they run out of money. They'll come back home and that'll be the end of it. And have you noticed any of her own clothes missing or anything? Have you had a look at that?
No, I've never thought to look up there, no. Well, she's only been with us a short time, about 3 or 4 weeks. So, I mean, she's, you know, I've really got the measure of her yet. So,
Right.
And I don't really know a lot of her friends.
We'll do a search of the house first, make sure she's not in a bedroom or any other rooms of the house hiding. We'll do a search of the garage. And once we've done that, if we don't find her there, we'll use the telephone numbers we've got, ring round and go and visit a few of her friends' addresses. Obviously check their houses and see if they've spoken to her, or if they know where she might be.
That's no problem.
So we can keep an eye out for her if she doesn't turn up.
Mom, what are we having for dinner?
Oh, just a sec, sorry.
Okay,
You'll have to pop to the chippy. I ain't really got time now. You're so busy.
Got nothing on me.
Well, I knew that question was coming. Here you go. Oh. You might have to retake the money, because I think there's £5 gone from her purse. Mark, any ideas? No?
Okay, so we think she might have taken it then.
Yeah.
Do you know today when you said it to me that you run away because of something? What was it?
You promise you won't tell anyone?
Depends.
It's embarrassing though.
Then I promise I'm not going to tell anyone.
Okay. I nicked a £5 out my foster mum's purse and bought pads.
Pads?
Yeah. Stop it!
Why don't you tell your foster carer that you need some pads?
Because I don't know her that much and she'll probably never give me the money and have a go at me and stuff.
Why do you think she was so embarrassed to go to a carer or to go to her older foster sister for help when she needed it?
She's like really shy, even at school. Like, that's the way she's like. She's like proper shy talking to people.
I had long-term foster parents as well and I've ruined it.
No, you haven't. You can just tell them what happened. I'm sure they can understand.
But they don't know me well, don't they? They've only stayed with
If you communicate with them and tell them what happened, I'm sure 100% they'll be on your side.
You promise you won't tell anyone that I'm here?
They probably rang the police by now.
If you were a true friend, you promise you won't tell anyone?
I promise.
You're a really good friend, you know that.
I think the police are outside now. Do you have any idea what you're going to do about that?
I don't know what to do because she's my best friend and I care for her a lot. But I think if I tell the police what actually happened, it's the right thing to do.
I think they're going to want to speak to you in a minute.
Yeah.
Right, Sean, I've had a word with your mum and dad and they've said that they're happy with me to speak with you. I take it you know that your friend Naomi's gone missing?
Yeah.
You do? Have you seen her at all today?
Not really.
Not really?
No.
Is that a yes or a no? I think there's something you're hiding from me. I can tell by the look on your face.
If I tell you where she was, what's going to happen to her? Because she's still my friend and I care for her.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to go and speak with her. And obviously we just want to return her back to her foster parents so that we know she's safe and her foster parents know she's safe. Now, you going to tell me or not?
She's really going to hate me now.
No, she's not. She ain't going to hate you for telling us where she is. I think she really wants to be found. She's just trying to get a bit of peace and quiet, but we need to make sure that she's safe.
She's in my room.
She's in your room? Upstairs in your bedroom, is she? All right. We'll go and have a word with her then and get it all sorted. Don't blame yourself because we'd have probably done a search anyway and found her eventually. You all right, Naomi? Why did you run away this time? Just shy or just don't want to tell me?
Because it's ladies' problems.
Sorry?
Because it's lady problems.
Oh, right, okay.
Hi, Naomi. Hi, it's Sarah. You okay? Everything's all right?
All right.
The police have got you now.
Okay, yeah, they're going to bring you back to the house. No, it's fine. No, you're not in trouble. It's fine.
Do you think she finds it hard to trust mostly adults or just people in general because of the things she's been through in the past?
Probably people in general, I should think. You know, she's had her problems, so it obviously has affected the way she is. But, you know, she's dealing with them very well and she's coming along. And that's why now this long-term placement, we're hoping is going to be successful for her and the foster family and give her that sort of security that she now needs and that she wants and is able to deal with at this time.
So we're back. Don't look so nervous, it's fine.
Hiya.
How are you?
Sit down, Naomi, it's all right.
There you go. Move up a bit.
I nicked a £5 out your purse.
Yeah, I know that,
I
yeah.
needed some pads and I thought you weren't giving me the money, so
You're
I
embarrassed.
thought you'd be angry with me.
No, sweetheart, never. If you need anything like that, you've only got to ask. We'll make a plan, so there's always some in your drawer, so you don't need to...
It's a big thing, but we just got to let her know that we're going to build bridges and everything could get back to normal if she wants it to. How about I take you shopping next week? Got some money in the bank. Do you think? Could do with some company.
Yeah.
She's just got to realise she can speak to us about anything she wants to speak to us about. And if she feels like she wants to run away again, she can just talk to us about it.
Since shooting this documentary, Naomi has settled down with her foster family. She hasn't run away since.
Baby, it's crazy. To make this film possible, Annie May let us film her psychology sessions and her life.
I'm Annie May and I'm 16 years old, and this is my story. This is just another day waiting for someone to come, but no one is ever there. I'm on my way to see the psychologist for the first time today.
My name's Dr Liz Roberts, and I'm a clinical psychologist, and I work with young people who are in the care system.
Do all foster kids need to come to a psychologist?
No. Many young people who come into care will never have contact with a psychologist, but for some young people, their experiences in life have meant that they find it difficult to cope, or that they struggle to understand their thoughts and feelings about things that might have happened to them in the past. Do you still get to see your friends now that you're in foster care, or do they live near your mum?
I'll go to them.
You go out to see them? Annie May. Her mum and dad had quite a difficult relationship, quite a violent relationship at times, from what I understand from the referral letter. And dad left some time ago. Annie May still has quite a difficult relationship with mum, and there would sometimes also be lots of violence between Annie May and mum. That was the reason why she ended up coming into care.
As you know, I'm a person who don't really talk to people who I don't know.
Well, I wonder why not. Because I'm here to help you, aren't they?
But would you talk to a stranger you've never met before about your whole life?
So let me think what's important to tell you about before we start. What confidential means is that the kind of things that we talk about we can keep private. That's always the case apart from in two situations. Yeah? So one situation is if you told me something that made me worried that you might be at risk of getting hurt. And the other situation is if I thought that someone else might be at risk of getting hurt. Because it's my job to make sure that young people are kept safe. Okay. Whose decision was it for you to come today?
Whoever thinks they've run my life.
Whoever thinks they run your life, right? Who are the people that run your life? Social workers? Foster carers?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Is that it?
Is that? I'm getting the feeling that you really don't want to be here today. Would that be right?
Yeah, it's boring.
It's boring. So what made you come? What made you come? I think Annie May found it quite hard to talk at first, but you would expect that. Often young people, when they first come, find it really difficult to talk about their past, especially if they've been through some really tough times. Is it hard not living with mum anymore?
What do everyone's got to bring that up for, man? It's nothing to do with them.
So you're quite a private person, it seems like. You find it quite hard to talk to people about how you're feeling about things.
Does it look like it?
Gosh, you are making me work hard, aren't you, today?
Because it's stupid, it's pathetic.
Do you get a bit uptight when they don't open up at first?
I don't think I get uptight. You know, I work with lots and lots of young people who feel quite anxious or quite nervous the first time they come and see a psychologist, and that's really understandable. And I think as long as you understand why it's hard for a young person, you certainly don't take it personally.
So what's the next step you're going to make with Annie May?
Well, I guess the next step is to invite Annie May to come back for another session. We always work very collaboratively with young people, deciding what their goals are, what it is that they want to get out of the sessions, and that'll be the next step with Annie May.
So are you in foster care now then?
Yes.
And is your carer okay to get on with?
She's annoying.
My name's Lisa and I'm a foster carer. I've got one placement at the moment, Annie May, and she's 16, and then my own daughter still lives at home and she's called Jess and she's 18.
How is it for you living with Annie May?
Well, we haven't been fostering that long. Sometimes it's kind of what I expected, but sometimes it isn't, because I think you're never really prepared, and it's not been as easy as I thought it would be.
How do you feel about your mum fostering? I have nothing against it. I just like to get on with people who come here.
But of course, Annie Mae doesn't want to get on with me. She doesn't even want to speak to me.
What did you talk about?
My life.
Do you want any help with any of your life?
No, because it's my life.
Well, I'm your big sister, I can help you.
Why do you think I'm talking to a psychologist? Because I don't want your help. Jess is always trying her best to help me. I just want to be on my own for a bit.
What's the matter?
Annie Mae, do my head in!
Do you want to stay down?
Do you feel like sometimes your daughter feels excluded now that you've got a new foster daughter?
We talked about this a lot before we started fostering, but you never really know the reality until you actually start doing it. Sometimes she does feel, maybe she feels pushed out even though she isn't, and that's something that we've got to work on together.
If people care about me, then I'm fine, you know. I like people to care about me. But if they don't care about me and I'm just butting in, I'll hit them. It's nothing to do with them.
So there's nothing going on with no problems?
Because my feelings go all over the place. Like today with a psychologist. I didn't want to open up so they need to understand me as a person. And when they find out what my secret is, not take the mick out of me because of it.
Who do you trust most of all now?
In the past, I've trusted my best friend. And I still trust my best friend. And she's seen me through this difficult time about me, what my problem is. And she's seen me through it, and even though she doesn't know what it is because I haven't told her, she still's really understanding. And she wants to know, but she's waiting for me to tell her myself, because that's a great friend, that's what friends do, wait.
Well, look at this.
Can't we go to a sports shop next?
No, I'm having a look in here.
It's girlified.
Yeah, but it's nice stuff, look. Because she's in care, she always comes and talks to me about things, and she knows she can trust me because we're so close. Look at the pattern.
Are you desperate or what?
Oh, stop complaining.
It's not my style.
So she went to one party, and then this person she kept going on about this person but wouldn't tell me. So I think she met someone, I'm not sure.
Oh no.
Who are they?
Chloe and Leanne. From the party, I need to go, like now.
She tells me everything normally, but she's not telling me anything about this person.
I don't know why I started keeping things secret from my best friend.
What you been up to then since last night? Quite good, wasn't it, Annie?
Yeah, kind of. They know my secret. I can't tell Sam, not like this anyway.
These two get along quite well, actually. And you only met last night?
I'm really confused. Is this a crush, or am I actually in love? I haven't told him yet, that's why.
Why haven't you told her?
Because it's not
you're
something,
ashamed.
it's not
Because
something
you're
you go
ashamed.
blagging round, is it? I don't know anyone that's gay. How am I going to come out when I'm already feeling different from everyone else? I've always wanted to fit in, so much that I've lost the people that are actually caring for me the most. It's been a couple of months now since I met Liz. It's easier to talk about things now.
Liz, how much do you think Annie Mae has come along with her meetings with you?
I think she's done really well in the sessions that we've had together. I don't know, do you want to say a little bit, Annie Mae, about the difficulties that you had before, about some of the things that you found hard when you first started coming?
I think it's because I didn't have much trust in my birth family. And now because I've found out that all families are different, so I've trusted them more. When I first got there, it wasn't like proper talking to me. It was like they wanted to know this and that, and I thought they was just butting into my life. But now I understand that all they was trying to do is help me and solve my problems out with me instead of trying to hurt me in different ways. Sometimes I still find it hard, but I'm getting there. You can't change what's happened in your past, but you can learn new ways to cope with it.
This is Holly. She's 16 years old and she lives with her foster family in Dudley. Tina and Trevor have looked after Holly for over 2 years.
So, can you put your coat and your shoes out, please? You know they're not allowed in the front room.
She can come across to other people as quite stroppy, big attitude, but really, when you know Holly, although she's got a lot of behavioural issues, she's actually a really nice girl. Yeah.
When you get to know her, you have to find the real Holly.
What were you like when you first came here?
I didn't really want to be here. Ran away once. But then, like, they helped me get through everything. They try and put me on the right track, but sometimes I bounce back off.
Sarah is Holly's social worker.
Holly's... Actually, she's doing very well in her placement. She's got a very good relationship with her carers. They seem to be getting on well. Holly's had a very difficult background and has found it difficult, I think, to relate to people in authority generally, really, not just myself.
Half an hour late. Tell us a bit about your social worker.
She's pants. And I always have to tell or text my mates or something to tell them that I'm going to be late because she's late. I always have to put my life on hold, and so do my foster carers. The impact she has. It's just pants. She's pants.
Come on, kids.
You two can go and do your job.
Don't take long. Are you always there for Holly?
Finish your own work.
Sort of what I was initially. It's my workload has kind of increased over the last sort of 6 months or so, and I'm getting more and more work, lots more child protection work. I am meant to go to see Holly in her placement once a month at least, but unfortunately over the last few months other things have been coming up. Right. I mean, you've been getting on okay, haven't you, with your carers?
Yeah. She thinks that she can just come in and talk to me like I'm just something on the bottom of a shoe. Really annoys me. Really dislike her.
I think there's a clash of personalities, isn't it? It's attitude meets attitude, and lateness meets lateness.
Yeah, and I'll do what I like, not what you want me to.
I've got something to tell you. Do something. It's quite important, really. Really need the toilet.
Go to the toilet first then, Holly, and then come back and tell.
I mean, I am... It's just been a bit... Because as you know, I've got sort of all these other things going on now as well, sort of as part of my job load, which I didn't really have before when I sort of was first involved in, you know, Holly's care. Not that I'm excusing myself.
We can't set boundaries and examples. If you're late, Holly comes in late, you know, where you been? Oh, it's okay for the social worker to be late. Why can't I?
I mean, I was going to ring, as I say, I mean, I went to another placement in a sort of a crisis situation. I couldn't ring when I got there.
That's what we get off Holly. I was going to ring you, but I'm sorry I'm late. You know, the social worker's late. Attitude, all because she relies on you. She relies on you as much as she does us. You are her, you are the person who is looking after her life.
If a child needs you, you do drop everything and have to, that crisis has to be dealt with and managed. So it's, but perhaps Holly has, because she's getting on well, been put on a back burner possibly in her eyes, but I certainly wouldn't look at it like that.
Holly! Yeah? Holly, can you come down please? Sarah's waiting.
Okay.
What took you so long? What have you been doing?
Gone to the toilet.
You remembered what you wanted to talk to me about, Holly?
Yeah, we've got to wait for Jay. I've just texted him, he's on his way. Oh yeah, come on. Okay.
Alright, Jay.
I'm off down Park now.
No, woo, sit down.
But we've got to go, everybody's there already.
Yeah, I've got to go.
You wanted to
just
speak.
Got to finish this conversation.
Yeah, can you sign my chip form, please?
I've got a case tomorrow in court. I've got a pile of paperwork
You've
to look
got a
through. I've got
case
some
here
research to do,
now?
Holly. I can't believe you've had me come here to sign a form which I could have signed.
Well, you could have signed 3 months ago before the trip.
Yeah, well, you should have perhaps phoned and just made that a bit, you know.
I have phoned several times, and several times you've cancelled.
Yeah, but you should have just said to me, look, I'm really important, I've got to get this form signed. I could have done that at any time. It could have been faxed through to me and I could have signed it. I thought you wanted to talk to me about some sort of personal matter.
It's late already. I can't go on the trip because of you being late.
Don't shout at me, Holly. I tell you, you're turning into such an ignorant young lady. You've got no
idea. Sorry, Woo, I'm not going to have you call her ignorant. We don't talk to our children like that in this house. Neither will you. I'd like it if you've got your bag and you leave.
Fine. I think you need to speak to your link
That's
worker.
well, I definitely will be. Yes. And a massive complaint will be going in about yourself.
Okay, that's lovely.
Right.
See ya.
No problem.
Can I go down the park now?
No.
But everybody's waiting on
I don't care. I'm afraid she can stay here and you can go down the park and she'll come when she's learnt some respect for other people. We've got a bit of an issue going on with Holly at the minute. We've just had the social worker round. Holly did have us on a bit of a string, to be quite honest. We didn't actually know what she wanted to speak to her about.
Andy Turner is Tina and Trevor's link worker. His job is to help them with any concerns with their foster placement.
She's not really been visiting like she should, has she?
No, she hasn't, unfortunately. Which is why I think Holly got into the situation she did.
There's been an incident at the house and the foster carers are not happy. Holly's not happy. So it looks like they want to make a formal complaint. So what we're going to do is we're going to meet up at the foster carers' home, have a chat about what's happened and see if we can't improve things for Holly, really, because it's a good placement and we want it to stay stable if possible.
Okay. Obviously, there's been a bit of an incident, hasn't there, with Sarah and between Sarah and Holly.
Well-deserved incident.
Okay. Well, obviously, I'll come out to try and find out what's happened.
I thought I might as well waste her time since she's been wasting mine.
She came up with a very good little plan, actually.
Yeah, we didn't actually know about what she was concocting.
Okay, so you felt so angry with Sarah that you decided to give her a taste of her own medicine, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, that's you maybe could have done things slightly differently, but I can understand why you felt
We
that way.
have actually spoke to her about this accordingly.
Was there anything that she said that made you really angry?
Call me arrogant or ignorant.
Ignorant.
Ignorant. She said you were ignorant. Okay, well that's obviously really unprofessional that she did that, and I can see why that made you feel so angry.
Yeah. Well, no social workers ever listened to me, and my point of view, they're all crap.
All social workers are crap.
Not all of them.
I have to say,
no.
Yeah, I'm actually a social worker as well. You probably don't realise that because I'm the link worker, but and I don't want to make any excuses for Sarah because I think from what you've told me, she hasn't given you a good service. She's not done the things she should. But I do know, having done that job myself, that sometimes you feel under a lot of pressure and you don't always make the right decisions.
Hopefully what we can do is we can provide some mediation and I think if Holly feels that Sarah's giving her a good service, she's turning up and she's doing what she says she's going to do, then we can get back to the relationship they used to have. But if it's completely broken down, then it might be an idea for a new social worker to be involved with Holly. But ideally, we'd like to avoid that because, for Holly's sake, continuity is going to be the best thing for her, really. So we'll have to wait and see, I think.
Can I just try and summarise them? I mean, I think that there's a couple of things that we need to pick up anyway. First of all, her inappropriate language. Sarah's, she shouldn't have called you arrogant or ignorant.
Yeah.
And also, she shouldn't have discussed other cases. And when she's here with you, you're the most important person to her. So those are a few important things that we need to pick up on.
It won't hurt her to ring us, will it?
She needs to make sure
We arranged to meet Holly 3 months later.
Could you have handled your social worker differently to how you did?
Yeah. I should have gone straight to my carers, explained how I felt and why I was getting so angry, which they already understood because they were getting frustrated. And then I should have gone to the link worker. She deserved everything that I did, but I shouldn't have done it, as it's made me look worse. She apologised for what she said, but she got too much caseload. Well, so she said she had. So they've assigned me a new social worker now.
Do you think you've got a better relationship with your new social worker?
Much better. And if I don't mind them being late as long as they tell me beforehand, so I don't have to stop my own plans.
Have you got any messages for anyone who might be in a similar situation?
I think that you should go straight to your carers and tell them instead of trying to concoct a very sneaky plan like me. Even though it was a lot of fun to watch them squirm. But you shouldn't do that.
Ready for a take then?
Action!
Oh, Andy, it's Gail.
Oh, hello, Gail. How you doing? You all right?
No, it's not!
What's your new social worker called?
Fred.
Is it a man or a woman?
About homework, Clara, have yours been done?
Action! Smile again.
Thank you.
It's all good.
Action!
But my new foster parents, they're long term now.
What's that?
Action!
I'm trying to help you.
And then I'm listening to that, and all I can hear is you banging them teacups.
If I can speel naam in... Shut your mouth!
I need a week.
It might be a bit deep.
Reinforcing my authority. Anyone for tea? Yeah. You're on the telly.
All the films you are about to watch are fictional, but they are about real life situations.